Assassin's Creed Rogue, Shay Cormac, the assassin who betrayed the Creed and became a Templar. That's who we're talking about today. So last night I finished Assassin's Creed Rogue and I slept on it and I had some thoughts that I wanted to share with you guys. Once again, the game follows Shay Cormac, an assassin during 1752, and throughout the story we meet some familiar faces. For example, we meet Adewale, who was our quartermaster in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and we also meet Hytham, the leader of the Templars, which is also the son of Edward Kenway. And for a very quick and brief history, I am talking about these games because I never played any Assassin's Creed after Assassin's Creed 3 except for Odyssey many years later. So I'm kind of doing like a mini marathon of Assassin's Creed games and going through them and talking about them here on the channel. Assassin's Creed Black Flag was the first, and then I moved on to Assassin's Creed Rogue. With Rogue, I will say that the combat and the naval combat is an improvement to that of Assassin's Creed Black Flag because the game came out afterwards. It's also a remastered version, so it feels great for the PS5, it looks great, and it's very smooth. It feels a little bit smoother also than Black Flag, but Rogue felt very fun to play, and it was an enjoyable time with new ways to attack your enemy. The AI was a little bit more responsive, so you couldn't hide as easily. They would detect you quicker, and there were different ways of killing your enemies, and it made it a little bit more complicated. But it was very fun and enjoyable. Again, it improved upon a great basis that was Black Flag. Story-wise, I don't think that it was as strong as Black Flag, and that could be to many different reasons. But the main particular reason for me is obviously the length of the game was a little bit shorter, and that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. It really doesn't. I know short games get a bad rap, but it really, to me, it wasn't such a huge issue. The main issue was Edward Kenway versus Shay Cormac. Who's the better assassin? Who do you like more? There's people that are gonna like Shay more. There's people that are gonna like Edward more. I can tell you right off the bat, I miss the charismatic, fun, the crazy pirate that Edward was. He really became an awesome assassin and somebody that I enjoyed being around. I enjoyed playing as. I enjoyed his drive, his recklessness, his will to continue to push forward. I really enjoyed that in his character, so I missed Edward throughout the entirety of Rogue, but I think it was because I had played Black Flag so close to Rogue. Shay on his own is a great character, and he's a torn character. There's going to be people on both sides. You're going to understand why he decided to go to the Templars. Some people aren't going to accept that. For me, growing up, loving the assassins, growing up with Altair, growing up with Ezio Auditore, growing up with then Connor Kenway, there was something about the Templars that you just hated. You absolutely hated. But then in this game, I feel like they switched the roles and they tried to make the Templars, I mean, you wanted to see it from a different perspective. So the Templars they didn't seem evil. The assassins seem evil. So I don't want to talk too much about the intricacies between that, but I don't know if it was pulled off correctly. And throughout the whole story, I didn't fully understand Shay Cormac's motivation, and it just seemed a little bit odd. But then in the end of the game, he was a full-blown Templar. But now I want to talk about the main part of this video, and I know it took a while to get here, but I wanted to talk about the ending of Assassin's Creed Rogue. It was shocking, and I know that Assassin's Creed Rogue came out in 2014, so that would make it 9 years old. So the twist at the end of Assassin's Creed Rogue 9 years later is still as shocking, if not more shocking than it was when it first released back in 2014. And the reason being is, if you're a fan of the series like I was, I grew up with the series, but then I stopped playing. I took a hiatus, and then I started replaying these. So I'm basically experiencing what you guys experienced 9 years ago in 2014 for the very first time, and somehow I didn't run into major spoilers. I've done videos on Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I played Odyssey, and of course I knew Arno and some of the other characters that have come after Assassin's Creed 3, but I never played them. So I'm Shay Cormac, and I'm doing this mission. There's this glitch memory in Rogue that you're trying to get a hold of, a mission that's been locked away that you can't fine. So throughout the whole game, that's in my head. And as I'm playing, I'm wondering, what's this big mission? What is he doing 20 years later? Then I realized that we're there to assassinate someone, to kill someone, to finish old business. And who do you think we're supposed to kill? We're supposed to kill an assassin who is the father of Arno, the assassin that we play as in Unity. When you boot up Unity, you start playing as a kid, Arno, and you're with Elise, this girl that you have a crush on, and then boom, you hear some screaming and your father is dead. Well, we killed the father. We killed Dorian as Shay Cormac. That was mind-blowing because I knew the intro. I tried to play it 1 year ago for the channel, but I only got about an hour and a half in. I couldn't finish it. I couldn't get past an hour and a half. So I remember that part. So now coming back to these games where I'm playing them for the first time, when I was walking, I see two little kids and I pay no mind to them whatsoever. Then I hear, hey, my name is Arno. And oh, hey, my name's Elise. And I'm like, hold up. I was like, hold up, what? Arno? And I look at him, I was like, yo, what's going on here? Then I lay my eyes on Dorian and I realize that he's calling for Arno, and I realize what we're about to do. Boom, I stab him, and then I tell him that I was just wrapping up some old business. It was shocking. It was absolutely shocking. The ending of Assassin's Creed Rogue, although it's not my favorite Assassin games, and some of the stuff I felt a little rushed, some of the stuff I didn't fully agree with on both sides, I realized that I almost fought a little bit towards the end to try to finish the game. But the ending, the twist, the present day twist, the payoff of the ending for Assassin's Creed Rogue completely made the game for me. I think it was necessary to have, and I'm glad that I was able to experience it. Shay Cormac is a strong individual. He was a strong assassin. He was an even stronger Templar. And I enjoyed his story, and I enjoyed the game of Assassin's Creed Rogue. 9 years later, I would say that it is 110% worth experiencing if you've never experienced it before, or if you were always iffy on the title, because, you know, reviewers and things like that usually say, oh, everything's ass or everything sucks. But I would absolutely recommend it. I think one should definitely try Assassin's Creed Rogue in 2023 or in any other year if you haven't played it. What did you think about the ending of Assassin's Creed Rogue maybe 9 years ago when it actually first happened?
You dare beg forgiveness, child? Hell welcomes traitors like you.
Then I go there proudly.